Epic Games is responsible for paying over $500 million due to violating Federal Trade Commission guidelines, and there's a good chance that a lot of you watching may get a piece of the pie. According to the FTC, Epic will pay a $275 million penalty for violating children's privacy law, change default privacy settings, and pay $245 million in refunds to tricking users into making unwanted charges. Now, in the video I made last week, I came to Epic's defense in the courtroom. Blaming someone for not only having an incredibly addictive video game, but also your child's bad behavior is incredibly insane. But in this case with the FTC, Epic is clearly in the wrong. To put it simply, the Federal Trade Commission is holding Epic accountable for two shady practices. The first has to do with collecting data on minors while subjecting them to potential harm through default voice configurations. And the second one is the one I'm a bit more passionate about, which is the layout of the Fortnite item shop. The FTC stated in a complaint filed in federal court, the FTC alleged that Epic violated the COPPA rule by collecting personal information from children under 13 who played Fortnite, a child-directed online service, without notifying their parents or obtaining their parents' verifiable consent. Epic also violated the FTC Act's prohibition against unfair practices by enabling real-time voice and text chat communications for children and teens by default. So in layman's terms, Epic was harvesting data from young players while using this information to create marketing strategies to make more money off of them. Now, at first glance, it might not seem so bad because this is what most companies normally do. But the issue comes into play when you realize that a lot of these kids were under the age of 13, and they didn't have their parents' consent to any of their information being used. And quite frankly, that's just straight up predatory. I would still argue that parents need to be aware of what games their kids are playing and the risks that are involved when playing online video games, but at the same time, Epic still has a responsibility to protect young players. And the real messed up part is Epic knew that they were taking advantage of these kids as well as their parents' naivety to be able to collect more data for their marketing practices. The other side of this coin is the voice chat issue. You know, it's funny because I can remember a time when voice chat wasn't even available in Fortnite. But ever since that feature has been live, it's been on by default. The problem arises when you have young kids playing in lobbies with adult players. Obviously, we don't live in a perfect world, and unfortunately, there are people out there that will take advantage of young children via voice chat. At the very least, Epic has a responsibility to mitigate this by at least not keeping the voice chat option on by default. But also, I want to put things in its proper perspective as well. It's also the responsibility of the parents to make sure that they know who their children are playing with and to be mindful of how online gameplay works. Finally, in my opinion, where Epic really crossed the line was with the Fortnite item shop. According to the FTC, Epic deployed design tricks, also known as dark patterns, to dupe millions of players into making unintentional purchases. Now, there's two ways we can look at this. One is the actual purchase of V-Bucks or bundles that require cash to purchase. And the other half of this is when you've already got V-Bucks on your account and when you accidentally purchase an item in-game. I know that I have bought skins on accident because of the confusing button layout in the Fortnite item shop. Also, back in the day, there was no confirm purchase button, so if you had the V-Bucks to buy something and you hit the wrong button by mistake, the item was yours to keep. Later on, Epic eventually released refund tickets that could be used to cancel a purchase, but they only gave you 3, and not to mention, they were incredibly hard to find on your account. I can see numerous awkward situations where a child used V-Bucks for the wrong thing, started crying, their parents were thinking they could just get a refund, they called Epic to handle the situation, all for Epic just to throw them a big middle finger saying, sucks to suck, your kid shouldn't have pressed the wrong button. But the issues don't end there. Think about all the people that actually spent money to get the V-Bucks or the bundles. Epic deleted people's accounts who purchased bundles for V-Bucks who just wanted them refunded. Parents would dispute credit card charges for their kids buying items that they had no business buying or had bought by mistake after Epic wouldn't refund the money. So in retaliation, Epic said, oh, you're gonna take it out with your bank? Huh, well that's fine, we'll just get rid of your kid's account. Thanks for the hundreds of dollars you spent on the game, by the way. Now you have zero access to anything you've bought previously. I personally always found it scummy how Epic's terms of service worked when it came to skins or buying things in the Fortnite item shop. And even in certain cases when it came to removing accounts. The most poignant example that I can think of would be iTalk Fortnite. Although iTalk did break the terms of service, I still don't feel like it was justified to completely get rid of his account that he had spent thousands of dollars on. And that's the thing that gets me. It's like, you break the terms of service one time, either intentionally or unintentionally, there's no warning, we're just gonna get rid of your account, but thanks for all the money that you spent here. But with all of that being said, how will this be resolved? How will justice be served? How will you know if you're going to be eligible for one of the refunds that Epic is giving out? On their website, the FTC actually gave the qualifications for who would be eligible for refunds. The FTC plans to make refunds available to parents whose children made unauthorized credit card purchases in the Epic Game Store between January 2017 and November 2018. Fortnite players who were charged in-game currency, V-Bucks for unwanted in-game items such as cosmetics, llamas, or battle passes between January 2017 and September 2022. Fortnite players whose accounts were locked between January 2017 and September 22 after disputing unauthorized charges with their credit card companies. Now, for most of us, I think we'll fit into that middle category, the players who purchased unwanted items within the Fortnite item shop. So there's a good chance that a lot of you will receive some form of compensation. And if you want to stay up to date on when that might be, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and when I find out, I'll make sure to let everyone know. Until then, why don't you check out this video right here, which goes over Epic's other court case, which I had their back in. I love you guys, and I'll catch you soon. Peace out.